Alrighty, so week 8 attendance, it is going by so quickly. We really only have week 8 and 9, and this is our project week, as I've talked about before. And so on the same night as your attendance, you will have your part or your phase 3. Again, submitting early really does help, as some of you found out in part 2. Sorry, part 1. I said that actually in the overview as well, right? So actually I'll be grading the styling before you get here. So in this case, we're going to do something very similar to what we did in week 7. Okay, so I've given you the instruction and the video for the media queries, okay, and told you when it's due. I just showed you when it's due. So now in your private repo, right, create a P4 under the project folder, same level as P3, right? Nothing different there. I think do I have mine up, right? Let me go see if just to confirm that, right? So in this case here is your, right, the structure that you're going to want to have. So in that case, because at this point you may not have finished P3, if you have, then you could copy everything over. Otherwise, just grab the layout plan and then using Markdown, right, syntax, how you will implement media queries into your site. Now, this is your draft like we did before, so list all your sections, describe how your sections will be responsive based on your media query breakpoints, and be creative but realistic. Know you can do it later. And then this is your commit message for that plan, and then render it like you did before. And then take a print screen, right? Make sure you resize that print screen, push it to your public repo, and here's your commit message for that. Remember, this is a draft, right? You can revise it later, but this is just really me giving you some pre-thinking about this because, I spent more time than I'd probably like to admit playing with this and just as I'm looking at it, there's so much more I'd want to do. Like I see some and I was showing this on the project, but now that I'm going down into, then I use Tailwind as my standard. This is something I talk about in the project in here, and the link that I give you is choosing a standard. So it might be good now to actually choose which standard that is, but you'll definitely need to do it when you have your project due. But it would be helpful maybe to do it now to think about what are the different breakpoints that you're going to handle, and that will help you organize how you want that page to respond. I use Tailwind because honestly, it just worked the best for what I was looking for, and remember, like I showed here, right? We know Dave showed us the different ways we can both, without showing our media breakpoints, our media query breakpoints, but we can also just look at the ones, right, that are on the default on Chrome DevTools. So all those things help us think about as we're implementing it, how. So this is your planning phase. Sorry, it should have been here. This is your planning step. So give yourself some time to do a little pre-work on that. Okay, so just to be clear, now that we're here in week 8 is no reviews, no code-alongs. We're done with those. In week 7, we finished the last one. No reviews. We're done with that. So in this case, once I publish this, right, then the last 2 items will be in attendance and the final project setup. So I know for me, I had intended to do the hero image here, but I didn't get to it. So I'm going to do it for my final project. And I'm actually going to go through and review this now we're there. And I've kind of been deciding against placing them at the very bottom. So I've been placing them inside the modules because I was concerned people weren't seeing them. So anyway, reach out for help. Remember myself, my office hours, we're now at week 16, so we are quickly coming to the end. And I talked about how the dates fall as far as the end of the semester. So please ask any questions that you may have regarding what I covered in week 7 regarding the dates. All right, I'll talk to you later. I hope this helps. I look forward to seeing what you're going to do with media queries. So fun.